How's it going, boys? Johnny Superb Man here, and it's time for another Can We video. Last time, I attempted to create an 82-0 team using nothing but EA Sports' simulation engine, and I failed miserably. It also took me friggin' forever to go through the entire league and to edit down players to a bunch of bums and hacks just to give myself the advantage, and I still couldn't get it done. But in this video, my job should be a lot easier because we're doing the exact opposite. Not going 82-0. Can we create a team to go 0-82? That's right. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a lot easier, a lot more fun. I don't have to go through the entire league. All I have to do is make sure that my team is absolute garbage. So for this video, we are going to be using the most active or the most recent roster update sent by EA Sports. It's online roster number 7, released on December 5th, 2019. All right, and I have a few different ways to approach this experiment. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to use currently the worst team in the NHL, the Detroit Red Wings. So let's get a franchise mode started up with these guys. Okay, so we're here in franchise mode. I'm not going to show you guys the settings, exact same settings as last time. Computer trades are off, waivers are off, salary cap is off, injuries are off. The league is going to stay the exact same from beginning to end. We have the Detroit Red Wings. Now, the reason I'm choosing the Detroit Red Wings, currently the worst team in the NHL with a record of 7-22-3. Yikes, Yzerman, you got some work ahead of you. 17 points. Now, if you extrapolate that over 82 games, they should finish with 17.9 wins. You can round that up to 18, 56.3 losses, and 7.6 overtime losses. Basically, somewhere around 43.4 points, all right? Horrible season. Last year, the worst team in the NHL, the Ottawa Senators, finished with 64 points, 29, 47, and 6. So this year's Detroit Red Wings team, we want to be able to be worse than them. We want to be able to be the worst team ever, not getting a single point. And if you were wondering what the worst team ever, the worst regular season during the NHL ever was, it was the 74-75 Washington Capitals with a record of 67-5, 21 points. It was only 80 games, not 82, but they were so bad, they lost 39 out of 40 road games, and at one point lost 17 games in a row. 67-5. So I'm actually really interested. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go 0-82. I think with the RNG and the randomness of the simulation, we're probably going to get 1 point or an overtime point, but I want to see if we can have a worse regular season record than the 74-75 Washington Capitals, because oh my god, that's horrible. All right, so with the Detroit Red Wings, this roster is on pace, like I just showed you guys, for 43 points, still double the amount of points that the worst regular season record from the Capitals ever was. So we know if we sim, this team is going to actually probably make the playoffs. I've had the Detroit Red Wings make the playoffs year number 1. But what we're going to do with the Detroit Red Wings is make them even worse. We're going to go to roster moves, and we are going to construct the absolute worst possible lineup using the Detroit Red Wings roster, all right? So bam, shaboom, the 2 goaltenders in the NHL, Van Pottelberg, baby, what a name, but only 65 overall, and Rybar. On the defensive side of things are already looking pretty weak, but yeah, let's get down here and get these bums. So these 3, they're going to come up for Mike Green, DeKaiser, and Roenick. Sorry, boys, it's time to go back to the AHL. Oh man, Mike Green, he's pissed off. Why the hell did I come back to Detroit? McIsaac, Lashoff, and Hicketts, sure, why not? For Cholowski, Namath, and Madison Bowie. So right now on the blue line, that's so bad. The Detroit Red Wings, Hicketts, Lashoff, McIsaac, Lindstrom, what the hell? Kasky and Setkov. All right, I think that's the only reason they brought that Lindstrom guy in. I wonder why. Just one letter off. Hang on a second. And forwards, yeah, Larkin, 88 overall. It's going to make the sim way too favorable for Detroit. Mantha, Bertuzzi, these guys are way too good. So let's go. You know what? Johan Franzen deserves the chance to play in the NHL once again for the Detroit Red Wings without Mike Babcock behind the bench. I'm going to start calling him Mike Babdick because I didn't even know he pulled that shit. I take back every positive thing I ever said about the coach. Glad he's gone. So, we have the... we're not going to... With Giovanni Smith, the ace in the hole's brother. We're definitely going to win games now. So, Giovanni Smith, Franzen, Henrik Zetterberg, sure, he can come back also. Larkin, Mantha, Bertuzzi, Athanasiou. Hang on. I could use some power of video editing, but I thought that since I can save a lot of time, I don't have to go through the entire league. What was it last time? 18 players per team, 30 teams that I had to change. What's 18 times 30? It's a freaking high number, and that's what I had to go through last time, so I ain't doing it again. Helm, Abdicator, Priorlini, and I think it should be a lot easier here. How many more? Yeah, there we go. Svechnikov, Pimple, but the end game, if this doesn't work, I mean, I could get a whole team full of 50 overall players, so I think that's about it. How many? I mean, we got Zadina, and Fabry. What were the worst playoff? Because we're getting to the, yeah, it's like 76, so I can go Terry. The rest are at 78, so I'll take off Zadina. There you go for Terry. And there is the absolute worst version of the Detroit Red Wings in EA Sports' NHL 20 with EA Sports' roster, all right? So it's going to be very interesting to see if this roster can actually finish the regular season with a better record than the current Red Wings are doing with the projection that I showed, right? So the current Red Wings are projected to have 43-something points. Let's see if this team can actually finish with like 50 points or something. I'd say the AHL Detroit Red Wings are going to win it, but oh man, in the NHL, this is rough. Was that Robbie Fabry on the first line? Did it say 84 or 78? 78, okay. All right, so we're good to go. No more waiting around. The settings are good. Let's stay on board here for the real-time simulation. I just want to go until let's get to a point where we know this team is simming not the greatest, or actually, if it goes the other way and we actually start to win games, I want to see if we can stay above 500, right? Because this is the whole point of the video. Experimenting with EA Sports' NHL in different ways to see how broken the game actually is. So in preseason, we finished above 500, but it's preseason, right? The other teams are bringing out their duds as well. First game of the year in Nashville, the Predators. Can they get it done? Yes, they only beat us by 1. The Dallas Stars beat us by 3. Oh my God, Anaheim. Oh my God. Toronto! You better fuck. That's you damn right. We were actually at 500 4 games into the season. 7-0 loss to Vancouver. Yeah, 5-1 loss to Calgary. All right, so the real Canadian teams, I mean, Les Montreal Canadiens, they ain't getting it done. But Toronto, Vancouver, Calgary. We beat Edmonton. We beat Ottawa. Holy crap. So hang on a second. So currently, what day is it right now? It's the 11th of December. So yeah. Let's simulate up to the 11th of December and actually compare their record in the game to the record in the regular season. All right now they're 7-22-3, and it is yeah. So we're coming up to the 11th. Let's just see here. We're definitely a crap team, but are we going to be the worst team in the history of the NHL? I mean, technically we should, right? If EA Sports' sim engine and the rosters were accurate, I mean, there's no reason why this team should have a single win. 8-13-1. That's better than the Red Wings currently. What the hell? All right, so a couple more losses there to Ottawa and the Columbus Blue Jackets. The New Jersey Devils, they end up beating us in a shootout. They desperately needed those points. A 2-1 victory over the Carolina. Back! We have points in 3 straight games before losing to the Philadelphia Flyers. All right, so we're almost there. So they just faced off against the Winnipeg Jets. I'm gonna guess that they lost against the Winnipeg Jets. Hang on a second. I want to go right up here. Did I stop the sim engine? I didn't mean to do that. So let's get by the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Winnipeg Jets and compare. I don't actually have any of the season stats. Like the penalty kill, the power play, but I'll go through that and maybe you guys can take a look. So very interesting, right? Currently, the Detroit Red Wings in the NHL have a record of 7-22-3 for 17 points. With the Detroit Red Wings and EA Sports' sim engine with EA Sports' most recent roster update, I've taken the Detroit Red Wings and constructed the worst possible roster you could, removing all of their good players and putting on a bunch of AHL bums, and the team in this universe, in this simulation, is better than the Detroit Red Wings at full health with everyone on the team in the real NHL. So there's a big problem right there, EA. Randomness still kicking in. All right, hang on. Let's back out. You see, I want to keep up with this sim engine because we're not actually playing that bad. Robbie Fabry, 27 points in 32 games played. I guess somebody's got to get the points, right? Man, this is why goaltenders in this game all have horrible stats. Every team scores. It doesn't matter who's on the first line. They may not make the playoffs, but I sure as shit being a point-per-game player. Every team has got one of them. All right, so Atlantic Division, yeah, let's just take a look at the Detroit Red Wings back here. So, point percentage, goals for per game, 2.63. It'd be nice if you guys could actually compare that to the real Detroit Red Wings. I should have got these numbers. God damn. Goals against per game, 4 goals against per game. Power play percentage, 19.4. And penalty kill, 77.5. Our penalty kill is better than the Tampa Bay Lightning. How the fuck does that happen? The Tampa Bay Lightning have Andrei Vasilevsky. Oh yeah. Here's another thing that I've noticed, and maybe you guys can confirm this. I've noticed teams that are real good 5-on-5 will have some of the worst penalty kill percentage in the league. Like I've had my entire team be plus, and then all of a sudden I have the worst penalty kill because it's almost like the game has to find a way to score on you somehow. So they just work it on your PK, and your PK goes way down, your goaltender save percentage goes way down. But you know what? That actually doesn't apply to the Tampa Bay Lightning because they're 13-13-3, so they actually are losing games right now. Interesting. All right, so the Detroit Red Wings, what about the player stats? Who is stepping up to the table here? Who's getting those points? Forwards. So Robbie Fabry at 78 overall. He's got 27 points in 32 games played. He is a minus 14 though, but I mean shit, he's on pace for a 25-goal season. And with 78 overall, 27 points. Adam Ernie Svechnikov. Is there any plus players? I mean, I told you, Giovanni Smith, +5. Yet the fourth line, they're the best. Defensively, Hickett's, no one's a plus. And what about our goaltenders? Vaughn, Pottlebur. See, this is what really pisses me off. I've had backup goaltenders. Like this guy, Patrick Rybar is 60 overall, right? Can we just let's go to Tampa Bay. Let's take a look at another, what was the save percentage? 909. Rybar had a save percentage, 909. Vasilevsky has a save percentage of 893. EA, this fucked the video I was just making. What are goaltender stats? What do they mean? They mean nothing. Andrei Vasilevsky has a save percentage of 893. A goaltender at 91 overall, making 9-something next season, right? It's his extension. 893 save percentage. And then you look at the Detroit Red Wings. And I brought up 2 guys who have no NHL experience. None whatsoever. Von Pottelberg, 65 overall, a fucking 889 save percentage, and Rybar, 909. They're both superior to Andrei Vasilevsky. This is my whole point about goaltenders in this game. It's like they enhanced goal scoring so people could feel better, but at the expense of goaltenders. It's like they didn't make teams shoot more, they just made more shots go in. And so goaltenders get wrecked. Because the Tampa Bay Lightning, I'm telling you, the Tampa Bay Lightning are a team that's constructed that they can keep the amount of shots to a minimum. So this guy, he still has to let the goals in for the games to be lost, but the teams simulate keeping the... Oh my God, that is crazy. An 893 save percentage for a 91 overall goaltender, and he outclasses my goalies by 30-something overall points, and they're superior to him. What the bloody hell? I'm hoping that fixes itself by the end of the season, but this is why we're staying on board during the sim. You see how broken this sim engine is, man. Holy crap. When you play NBA 2K and you look at real-time stats from players who are actually performing, and then you do simulation stats, they're very similar, man. It's crazy how accurate that game is. Sure, it has its flaws, but you can see major flaws in EA Sports' franchise sim. Oh my God. So let's get back on track here. The Detroit Red Wings, once again, the worst team in the NHL, 8-67-5. So we already have more wins than the worst team in the NHL ever. The 74-75 Washington Capitals, only 8 wins in 80 games. So if I'm going to create you know what? Oh my God. No, I'm not doing it. I'm telling you guys, I'm not doing it right now. I would have to go through, here's the end game, right? Remember how in the last one, we basically edited the entire league, so everyone was 60 or lower, and my team was filled with all-stars and a handful of 99 overall players? I mean, there's a little bit more that I could have done. I could have created the entire league at 50 overall, all right, and created my entire team at 99 overall, but that would have taken forever. The reverse for this is creating the entire league at 99 overall and my team at like 50 overall, but that would take like a week. And unless this video is going to get like 2 million views, that ain't fucking worth it. I ain't doing it, boys. I ain't doing it. All right, you can call me what you want. I ain't freaking doing it. So we're coming up to the trade deadline, 14, 36 and 6. Yeah, that's looking That's looking more like it. They're supposed to finish the year with 18 wins and 56 regulation losses. So as the regular season goes on here, yeah, we're starting to lose more games. Look at this losing streak that we're on right now. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we won there against Columbus. I didn't see that one. Oh yeah, losing streak big time right now. 5, 6, 7 in a row that we've lost. 8 in a row. Oh yeah, 9 in a row. Woo. 10 in a row. But you still get that overtime shootout loss. So that point, that point's going to be tough. The 74-75 Caps, there weren't overtime losses. They actually had the 5 ties in there, but they still counted as points, right? Yeah, because 8 times 2 would be 16, then 5, 21 points. That's what they finished on. Let's see. So the Detroit Red Wings, again, one more win, and they're going to surpass what they are projected to get this year. There's the 18 wins. Will they get to 19? They had a lot more shootout and overtime losses in there. 18, 50, and 10. You know what? It actually came back around here towards the end of the season. I don't know what was going on early, but either some teams woke up, decided that they had to start playing. But 19, 52, and 11. So again, currently the Detroit Red Wings with a record of 7, 22, and 3. 17 points. You extrapolate that over 82 games, 17.9 wins, 56.3 losses, 7.6 overtime losses for 43.4 points. We finished the year with 49 points. What was it? 19, 52, and 11. So I gotta say, by the end of the year, the records do match up. But the difference is that I sabotaged this roster. So in theory, my record should be a lot worse than the current Detroit Red Wings, correct? So, I don't know right there, EA. That ain't the greatest. Let's go back to the standings. I got to take a look at the goaltenders once again. That is the story of this video. That is the story. It's going to change from the worst team to the goaltender. The goaltending is broken in the simulation. So, Van Pottelberg, 891 save percentage, and Rybar, 889. Vasilevsky better have turned it around. 891, 889. So they're both kind of the same. Tampa Bay, he better have turned it around. 909. Yeah, you can get it. But even like Mike Condon, all right? So their backup, 895. How does a backup at 80 overall with the Tampa Bay Lightning on front of them perform worse than 2 rookie goaltenders who have never played? Rookie insinuates that they've never played, or describes that they've never played, but a 65 overall. And he played how many games? He played 62 games, 33 games, and they had superior save percentage to back up. And 891. It's not like Vasilevsky was a lot better. Let's go through the entire league here. Koskinen, 83 overall, barely beat our guy. Bobrovsky, there you go. That's a good one. There you go. 915 and a 919. That's what you want to see. Jonathan Quick, 908. So Vasilevsky to Jonathan Quick. There's no difference right there. Devin Dubnyk, 86 overall goaltender, 895. You start to see what I mean. Goaltender stats, I don't think, mean that much in the simulation. I think your goaltender is going to simulate based on how the team performs on front of them. I won't say it's completely useless. I'd still rather have a better goaltender than an inferior goaltender during the simulation. But I would never pay $10 million to a goalie. I'd trade him for another goalie who's 83, 84 overall. You know what I mean? I put that $10 million into a player who actually, players do have a say on the simulation. So there it is, 49 points. So step two of this, we've got to start creating some players and moving some players around the NHL. So let's jump to it. All right, so step 2, making the Detroit Red Wings even worse. We got the free agency list. I am going to edit the rosters before we start up a new franchise mode, and we are going to go even further on making the Detroit Red Wings worse. Remember, we brought up a bunch of high 60, high 70 overall players playing. We are going to go to the bottom of the barrel of free agents to acquire the worst guys imaginable, all right? So, goaltenders, first off. We're going to get this guy. Well, how do I select it? There we go. We're going to get this guy. What the? I didn't want to select Dion Phaneuf. What the hell just happened? I click on a player and it switches to Dion? Wait, maybe the game's telling me something. You want to go 0-82? Get the freaking pylon out there. No, that was the weirdest shit. What the hell just happened? I clicked on something and it goes to the goof. All right, let's just go. Lanigan, Hayton, and, Finney. Yeah, you know what? I only need... Yeah, I don't have to take forever here. So let's just go 18 players. I can actually save a lot of time. So we got the 2 goaltenders. We'll get the center. We'll get a defenseman. We'll get another defenseman, all right? So go with the list. We got the center. We got the goalie. We got the goalie Bernier going to free agency, baby. And then the 2 defensemen, Mike Green and Danny Deek. How do I do this? Finish. Boom! The Detroit Red Wings get even worse as Dylan Larkin isn't free. Oh my god. So every time I make a move, I gotta just scroll to the bottom again. This was my life when I was trying to make the 82-0 video. So Helgson, come on, god damn it, Helgson, Marino, Dunn, is that Vince Dunn's brother? His other Vince? Overhart, and Ren, sure. So boom, 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 and boom. Yeah, baby. All right, so that's 10 players. We got to go to the bottom of the list. We're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. I could use some power of video editing, but if I got to struggle, you all got to struggle along with me. Oh, as my voice cracks as well. Enforcer, you know what? That might actually be a good idea also. Instead of trying to create a team with guys with low overall, create a team nothing but enforcer. So every game all season long, they're doing nothing but taking penalties. A team full of enforcer defensemen and a team full of just goons up there. And then see what the penalty minutes are at the end. Oh my god, I might have to do that as well. Step 3 might have to be the enforcer team. Hang on a second. Niemi, or we could try just all defense on the, you know what, that wouldn't work. Because I've had it before where defenders actually play pretty good on the wing if they're the right setup. So Turgeon, alright, so Abdelkader, Helm, Bowie, and Zadina. Boom! There you go. And just to make sure, I'm pretty sure that's enough players now because the Detroit Red Wings will have some low 60 overall players that we throw in there. I just don't want to have the high 70s. So goalies, look at these fucking goalies, man. Center, D, left wing, center, D, and D. There you go. So, yeah, a bunch of 66 overall players. Fabry's got to get dropped. I mean, Fabry getting a point per game. I mean, you could see what that did. Daly, Ernie, Bega, and Glendening. All right, so I'm pretty sure that's enough. Let's go to the bottom. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So we got our 2 goalies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, we got enough. 18 and still a bunch of 60s. So the new look Detroit Red Wings. Can we go worse than 8, 67, and 5 and be the worst regular season team ever? Well, let's get to franchise mode. So here we are, beginning of the season once again, utilizing the absolute tank strategy for the next decade just to load up on the best pick every single year. This team is going nowhere. So let's go to edit lines. Let's go to our roster. Make sure that guys like Johan Franzen and Henrik Zetterberg are off the team. They're way too good for this roster. Goaltenders. So we got Comrie, Lanigan. We want Hayton. Oh my god. And this is even a big decrease on the 2 goalies that we had last time. Von Pottelberg and Rybar, right? If these guys at 54, 52 have similar goaltending save percentage stats to guys in the NHL, we know for a fact that goal... You know what? That's going to be my next Can We video. Can we figure out whether or not goaltending actually means something in the simulation? I'll word it a lot better than that, but you guys know what I'm saying. In the system, let's go down here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's going to naturally put all the better players on the team when we want to do the exact opposite. So again, all the way down here. 1, 2, 3. And at the top, 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. Yeah, at the top. Boom. There you go. So how many defensemen we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I actually got to take off the one guy at the top. There you go. So there are the 6 defensemen. The best guy is 65 overall. So, I mean, I guess if I comb the rosters, I could find nothing but 50 overall guys. But is that going to make the difference? I think if we're... Like what I did last time, I think you'd have to edit the rest of the league to make sure that every other team has maybe a 99 overall goaltender, although we don't even know if goaltending works. Maybe like at least 199 overall player. You know, you could do it that way as well. Zetterberg, Franzen, Gogol, get your asses off the team. There you go. So 66 overall is essentially the highest we got now. So yeah, Gogol is 66 overall, and the highest guy up is 66. All right, you know what? I got to take off Giovanni Smith, though. Ace in the hole. He was almost a plus player on our team last year. I got to go with somebody new. Gogol. There it is. All right, so the new look Detroit Red Wings, all skaters, the best guy on the team, all right? The best freaking player on the team is Kurt Gogol. Was he drafted, undrafted, a grinder? All right, this guy is getting his 5 minutes of fame or 15 seconds of fame. AHLer, will it show his full career stats? They have that. Hey, they have his AHL stats in here. Yeah. All right, Kurt Gogol. Now, remember, there are players who come into the NHL better than 66 overall in this game, in the draft. High 60s, mid 70s, right? So I don't even know, like, his role. It's an other forward. It's not even a minor league scoring forward. This guy's the lowest of the low, which means everyone below him also is there. So NHL, yeah, that's taken care of. We have 18, well, we have 20 actually. So I can actually drop, I can drop Gogol and Kowinski, because we have 20 skaters. I don't need that many. Yep. So we have, that's going to be because we have the 6 defensemen. So there it is. That's the team. The best guy is actually Kashki. Oliver Kashki, 24 years of age. And our goaltender situation as well. Oof, my God. All right, so headlines. Let's see if this team can actually be worse than the current Detroit Red Wings. Because remember, the Red Wing squad that we just simulated with actually had a better record than the projected Red Wings in the real universe. Even though the Red Wings that I created had the modified roster where it was the worst lineup imaginable. So that was inaccurate. All right, the Ottawa Senators from last year, 64 points. The Detroit Red Wings on pace for 43 points this year. And the worst record ever was only 21 points, right? So I'm hoping that we can beat all of those. So let's go. Let's just go to the end of the season here. I might do some power of video editing in this one, but let's just stay on board just at first, see if the losing streak continues or if we get on a little bit of a winning streak as well. But I want to see the end season stats, especially for goaltenders, all right? Because that has tweaked my interest. So good news so far. In preseason, we go 0-6, and once again, opening night in Nashville against the Predators. What's going to happen? A 2-1 loss, all right? A 4-2 loss. This is more like it. 5-3 loss. Montreal Canadiens, 7-0 loss. All right, here we go. This is more like it, EA Sports. We should be the worst team that's ever played in the NHL. Ever, all right? You have player types and player roles that state minor league scoring forward, minor league depth guy. We have nobody who should even be on the top lines for our AHL squad. We have guys who shouldn't even be playing on the first line on a CHL squad, all right? First round draft picks are coming into the NHL better than these guys. So 0-82 would be fantastic. And it's been a great start. 0-13, baby. Let's go. Not even an overtime or shootout loss in there. We are getting freaking smashed. And I won't even have to go the enforcer strat. The enforcer strat is just advanced analytics, right? Attempting to get as many penalties per game, perhaps giving the other team better chances to score. But I don't know if the sim engine actually works like this. This seems to be working though, because not only are we getting beat, we're getting smoked. Is there any one goal? We had a 1-goal game there against the New York Rangers, 3-2. Fucking Rangers, man. Go! Oh, there it is! There it is! We got to overtime against the Columbus Blue Jackets, baby! So it was 23 games in a row before the overtime appearance against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Hang on a second. I mean, the Blue Jackets must just not taking us seriously. Oh, this is going to be an easy night. And our boys showed up. Maybe then a little bit of puck luck. The Zebras on our side as well, feeling bad for us. You get to overtime. Once overtime happens, anything can happen. I mean, 3-on-3. But Foligno, Dubois, Atkinson, you should be ashamed of yourselves. You should have gotten 8 goals. Anderson, Dubinsky on the second line center, you start to see. But still, 79 overall is better than 66. Nyquist, yeah, their forward core ain't looking great. Their blue line's looking good, and they don't have Sergei Bobrovsky. You got Jimmy Howard in the net. Yeah, you could start to see. I mean, if one game's gonna happen, I'm actually okay with that. I'm actually okay because, again, the worst team ever, the Washington Capitals, still did end up winning 8 games out of 80, right? So it wasn't, like they didn't go pointless over the course of the whole season. Bam. Now we get our first win at 20, or our first point at 23 games. Another shootout loss, Carolina. Oh my God. There you go. 2 points, boys. Not too shabby. All right. So what I'm going to do, I would like to keep going though. I mean, I just have nothing to talk about during the sim. I would like to see if the win happens, but it's just that, I mean, we're basically going to go the entire season here. We know we're not going to be a good team, but I want to get to the end to see the goaltender stats. So let's do some power of video editing. I will do a fast forward for you guys. Don't worry, I am not going to do any stupid editing. I want to see the experiment for what it is as well, right? So power of video editing. Let's jump to the end of the season. All right, so we're almost at the end of the season, still winless. Are we going to be able to get there? The only 2 overtime losses were in that 3-game stretch, man. For that 3 games, our team was playing great. Almost there, Toronto and Tampa. The winless season, baby. 80 losses. Oh my God. That is I've never seen a record like that. So I'm willing to bet that if I were to load up this franchise again and try over and over again, I'd eventually get an 0-82 season. You might get a win, because if you can get a game to overtime, you could win an overtime game, a shootout 3-on-3, anything can happen. But yeah, we thank you. I'm actually happy that happened, because it does show me that the sim engine is not completely random. Like I think there are problems with how they rate every player, because you'll find that every player's stats are essentially between 80 and 89 overall. All right, some of the guys have things above 90, some of the guys have things below 70, but there is no players with stats in the 30s, 40s, 50s. So every guy is essentially the same type of player when it comes to the sim. They're all very similar, but when you make a team this bad, from top to bottom, the game does show it during the simulation. So I will give EA Sports the props there. It's not entirely random, the simulation. All right, it does have it does take into account the players that you are simming with. And in fact, let me just go to, I want to see the player stats, but I also want to see the goaltender stats, because if our goaltender stats are still somewhat similar to other goalie stats, man, I think I know that, I know what my next video is going to be, all about goalies. So, oh my God, minus 137. Oh, Kasky. Oh my God. Could you imagine that? That guy just had the worst. I mean, he got paid, got to play in the NHL, but oh my goodness gracious. That is rough. I don't know why I'm into player stats. I just want to see the team stats first. I'll take on goaltenders, but hang on a second. Detroit Red Wings, point percentage, 1.2%. Goals for per game, 1.17. Goals against per game, 5.77. Power play percentage, 6.8. Penalty kill percentage, 68.3. Unreal, man. Unreal. Oh, this is the worst team I've ever seen. Hang on a sec. All right, so goaltenders now. All right, so hang on a second. Goalies, what do we got? 875 save percentage and an 866 save percentage for these 2 guys. Neither one of them got the win. Both of them split the overtime loss. So an 875 save percentage. So let's go through here. Koskinen 907. I mean, 875 is a lot, but like this guy Dreger, the backup, didn't he just the last season go real good with Bobrovsky? Dreger 70. Oh, he's only 70 overall. I wonder why they started a 70 overall. Do they not have anyone else? So 70 overall. But Jonathan Quick 907 at 84. It's still superior. I'm looking for the guys who, I mean, Dubnyk went from save percentages are all over the place. Carey Price 898 at 91 overall. All right, Pekka Rinne. Just looking for if there's any goaltenders that are way down there. 892 at 87 overall. So you can see some goalies, when they're on a bad team, it's going to be in the 890s. The goalies on a good team are going to be above 910. And then goalies who are good, but on an average team, like here, Matt Murray, it's going to be in the 90s. So Matt Murray is like an 86, but he's on an average team, 32 and 28. For whatever reason, the Pittsburgh Penguins didn't simulate well this year. So I really feel like Martin Jones on a good team more than likely. Yeah, there you go, 41 and 24. The save percentage is more to do with the team's record. Bennington, 37 and 20, just there on the brink of 910, you know? 909, that's a good season. Yep, there you go, 34 and 21. 901, there's an average season. Yeah, see what I mean? I feel like goaltender's save percentage is more to do with your team's simulation rather than the goaltender stats. Every team that's so-so with a good goalie, look, same thing. Markstrom, 86 with a so-so season, 50 at 500 essentially, and a save percentage of 904. If you want the goalies to have Vezina Trophy winning seasons, it's got to be a President's Trophy winning team. There you go, like Connor Hellebuck. All right, 36 and 25 with a save percentage of 914. Dubnyk, 46 and 20 with a save percentage of 922. So that's what I mean about goalies in this game. It's more about the team on front of them rather than their own individual stats. But our guys, I mean, they had no one on front of them and they didn't have the stats. So I got one more thing to do, because it would be nice to get the 0-82. Let's make the Detroit Red Wings roster even worse. Oh, okay, so back at the roster or the player movement screen, and it's time to make the Detroit Red Wings even worse. Now, I wanted want to try to target enforcers, either enforcer or defenseman. I'll settle for defensive defenseman. Or are they all just called enforcers? Enforcer? Yeah, they're just called, okay, so from this screen, the type is just called enforcer. But I want to try to get as many as possible. But they have to be an enforcer at like, ideally 50 something overall, no higher than 65 overall, right? So I was trying to figure out where I could find this. We've already rated the bottom of the free agency list. The rest of the guys in here are the mid 60s, and we've already tried that. I want to try to find some other guys. There's some goaltenders here. So if we're going to find enforcers, I mean, you can go to the NHL and try to find maybe a guy who's on a team who's got low, but it's going to be higher than any 66 overall. So I think that'll still help the sim. Like if you go to, perfect example, the Calgary Flames, right? Put a guy like Milan Lucic on this team, but in this game, he's still a 77 overall, which will actually help out our simulation. So I don't think him taking, and he's a power forward, I don't even think him taking penalties will hurt our sim. His offensive production will help our sim. So we have to find shitty enforcers. So I was thinking about going to Europe, like the SHL or Simliga, but then I thought, wait a minute, European players don't like to play gritty hockey. They're not going to be an enforcers over there. So I got to go to the AHL and go to the bottom of the list and hopefully find some guys, and there are some, but you got to hope that there are some enforcers in here. So this guy, Peluso, is a left-wing enforcer at 68 overall. It's a little bit high. I'll grab him just for now, just to see. All right, and I want to get rid of the best players. So, yeah, this McIlwraith guy, bam. What is this? You must select NHL for Edmonton Oilers. There you go. All right, next team. So I can go through all this, and you guys are going to have to come through it with me. But like a grinder 67, see what I mean? I think we already got the worst team that we could. 63s in there, 60s, but no enforcers. So it's the same problem that I ran into when I was trying. There you go, a Shepherd. There you go, that's perfect. That's a guy that we could use. I'll drop him for Hank Zetterberg. Oh, you know what? I'll just add him to the team. That's quicker. Yeah, I'll just add him to the team. I have room on the team right now, and then I can just edit the lines myself. So we'll go through these teams one by one. We'll try to find players, but I think we've already succeeded in we know we already beat the worst team in the NHL ever. We smoked the 74-75 Washington Capitals. I'm just the title of the video is, can we go 0-82? So I want to see if we can go 0-82, man. I want a successful video. Hershey Bears, no enforcers down there. Man, I mean, just replacing one or two guys might be enough, but I want the enforcers for some penalty minutes. Nobody's enforcer. What the hell, man? Hockey sure as shit has changed. There used to be an enforcer on every team, man, to protect the young guns, even in the AHL. I mean, these NHL general managers, they look at the AHL now as a growing ground for the NHL. So why put tough guys in there if you know you're not going to be bringing them up to the big time, right? I don't even think this strategy is going to work. I mean, is there even, I mean, I could try it again, but, oh, we got some enforcers, but they're like, look at that, 69, I mean, all right, I'll try number 69. There you go, McWill with a savage number, but I don't know if that's going to work there. Enforcer might be a little bit too high up. Grinders, I don't want to get grinders because grinders can actually play good defensively. It's the enforcers that I want so that they're starting fights, taking just stupid penalties. Grinder at 64, no. Enforcer, hang on a second, Enforcer at 67, Luke Gazdick, there you go, there's a name that I recognize, he's still in there, playing for the San Diego Gulls. What is that, the Anaheim Ducks affiliate? Down here, Grinder at 63, now I don't need that. All the way down here, a defensive defenseman, I don't need that. It could be a good defensive defenseman, one who doesn't take penalties. Grinder, no, I thought I'd have a lot more success finding some shitters down here in the AHL. Apparently not. Is there another league that I could take a look at? Grinder, no. Toronto Marlies, I don't think we have any enforcers. No, man, we're the fast skilled team. No one down there. Utica Comets. No one down there. Yeah, they have really gotten rid of the enforcers in the NHL, haven't they? All right, so I'm just going to have to create the team. What about the ECHL? Can I get... I don't even know if I can get ECHL players onto my team. Let's see, like this Walker guy. If I wanted to put him on the team... Oh, you can, okay. So we got to go through the ECHL team now, boys. Oh, man. This is what these videos are all about. You just got to go through it slowly but surely. You know what, though? I will say this about the ECHL guys. I mean, we can get guys who are even worse overall. Like, they're low. Oh, there we go. Enforcer. And these guys, 64. Yeah, this could work, actually. Here we go. The ECHL was the league I should have been checking in the first place. All right, go down a little bit more. Just wait. I want those enforcers, baby. Was that enforcer? I thought I saw it. Yes. 60 overall enforcer. Hell yeah. All right. So we've got ourselves a good, like, grinder. We got ourselves like a good 5 enforcers, I think. There you go. Oh, yeah. ECHL is where the plugs go to play. All right. Here we go. Down here. Grinder. No, I got enough players now. I certainly have enough players. I'm just looking for enforcers now. That's all I'm in. I'm all in on enforcers. This strategy. I didn't even think about this before I was constructing the video, or when I was thinking about the video. It just came to my mind when I was doing this. When we were I can't even talk. When we were making up the Detroit Red Wings roster the last time around. You guys can see what I have to go through to make these videos, man. It's ridiculous. Enforcer, nope. Almost done. South Carolina, enforcer, nope. Almost done. Toledo, enforcer, no. Come on, Tulsa Oilers, one more enforcer. Let there be one more. No. Utah Grizzlies, grinder. Oh, that was an enforcer. There you go. We got our last one. 62, Klotz. Let's go, Klotz. And, no, not a sniper. I don't want a sniper. I don't want two-way defenders. Only... okay, we're over the amount of players. So Zetterberg, Franzen, and McWill. Oh, no, I want the enforcers. Defensive defenseman, I'll take two-way forward. I'll get rid of you. There you go. We want the plugs, baby. Any enforcers here? No, but I will take... no, they're all two-ways. If there's any low defensive defenseman, I'll take, or any grinders. Now, there, I'll take this grinder. All right, that's good. Wichita Thunder, Worcester... Let's go down here again. Another grinder at 55 overall. Yeah, that'll work. And that is essentially it. All right, so we have stacked up the team now, ladies and gents. Completely stacked with plugs. All right, but we are going to be a feared team in the NHL. Somebody look up the record for most team penalty minutes over the course of one regular season. I wasn't anticipating this before I started the video, but the Detroit Red Wings are going to be old school goonery hockey, baby. You don't want to come to Detroit. You're going to get roughed up. So let's get one last season started, boys. All right, so here we go. Final attempt with the Boom Squad, baby, here in Detroit. The Red Wings are going to be the most feared team in the NHL this season. Not because they'll be a tough team to beat. They'll be a tough team to survive. You're not going to be able to go into Detroit and come out unscathed. You want to get that victory? You got to earn it through sweat and blood. It's not going to take any skill. You just have to have the will. So Rybar and Lanigan. No, what happened? What? Van Pottl, what happened to my other goalie? Lanigan, Rybar, I thought I had like another 50 overall goaltender. Oh, shit. Did something happen? Did something get goofed up? Oh, man, did I load up the right rosters here? Hang on a second. In the system, NHL, McWilliam. What? Hang on a sec. Peluso, Gazdick. Yeah, I got these. Oh, man, it's messing up because I thought I got rid of that McWilliam guy. Rasmussen is still there. Wait a minute. Okay, is Zetterberg... Okay, hang on. Is Zetterberg and Franzen here? That's how I'll know if I had the right rosters. It should have been the same. Rasmussen, even though I traded away... Yeah, they still... Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, that was the problem I was running into last time. They still stay on your team through the AHL contracts. That's why I had to lower everyone's... Right. Okay, I got it now. So we're good. We're good to go. Something happened with our other goaltender. Whatever. 65 overall goalie, still just fine. I'll leave him in there. All right, it's the rest of the team anyways. Oh, for God's sakes, I'm all over the place. That got me all confused. I got to make sure... Roster moves. Just go best lines. Just go best lines. I don't even care. All right, so goaltenders, we got Rybar. Rybar, you're getting another chance, and Lanigan, all right? Defenseman, McWilliam. Okay, so I got to get the worst guys in here, but also the enforcers. So let's just get the worst guys first. These three, all right? Bring them back in the NHL for these three, all right? Boom. All right, so that's essentially anyone who's lower than 60 has to get in there. Ekman Larson, don't know who this guy is. Doesn't sound like a tough guy. Two-way defender, so I don't want him in there. Niemi. Defensive defenseman, he can stay if he needs to. Saul, enforcer, definitely staying. Ren, defensive defenseman, staying. You, enforcer, staying. You, two-way defender, if I can get rid of you, I will. And Setkov, two-way defender, if I get rid of you, I will. So that's going to leave 4 defensemen. So I'm going to need 4 guys from the AHL. All right, so let's go to the bottom of the list. Just defensive defensemen or enforcers. And if I don't have them, I don't have them. Akeem Alou! There you go, buddy. You're getting the chance. You know what? I'm not even going to talk about that story. We're going to stay on topic here. Two-way defender, Ekman Larson. Let's see, two-way defender. Kaski, two-way defender. Two-way defender, no. Lindstrom, two-way defender. McIsaac, I think we got all the guys that we need. McWilliam, enforcer, right? So I need McWilliam back in there. Lashoff, defensive defenseman, but 71. So McWilliam, you can come up to the team. All right, and as our AHL, or as our NHL blue line, we got McWilliam, Alou, Niemi, Sol, Ren, and this guy. So what is that? How many enforcers is that on the point? That's 3, I think. Ren is a defensive defenseman. Sol is an enforcer, so 3 enforcers. Yeah, 3. Alou is a defensive defenseman. So 3 defensive defensemen and 3 enforcers on the blue line. All right, and then forwards. Let me go through all this again. Oh, yeah, we got some shitters down here. Got to bring up all of these guys. Anyone who's in the 50s has got to play. Peluso and Gazdic are both the grinders, though, or the enforcers. So I want to get rid of the top guys. There you go. Two-way forward. Bam. All right, 21 players on the team, so I can actually get rid of a few guys here. Dane Fox, sniper, don't need you. Tony Turgeon, enforcer, I need you. Elkins, two-way forward, I don't need you. And Trail, power forward, don't need you. All right, so boom, put all of those guys in the system. Now, who else are we missing out on? I just want the enforcers. All right, so Richie, definitely coming up. Grinder is 57 overall. Shepard, enforcer, 60 overall, definitely coming up. Overhart, two-way forward, no. Trail, and then we're just to these guys again, right? Was there any other enforcers above mid-60s that I'm forgetting about? So, no, I already know you. Gogol, no. Giovanni Smith, no. Elson, no. That's it. All right, so Shepard and Richie, you're going to come up, and then we just got to send 2 more guys down. Peluso, Gazdic, Turgeon. You know what? I'm going to send down Peluso and Gazdic. 68 and 67 overall. They're just too good. Enforcer. Unless there's like a 2. You know what? Playmaker. Send you down. Don't need you. There you go. That'll hurt our power play. Colda, let's see. Two-way. You know, I'll send these guys down. There you go. All right. So nothing but enforcers. Peluso, Gazdic, Turgeon. Shepard is a one. I think we got like 6 or 7 enforcers up front. 3 on the blue line. And then grinders and defensive defensemen. All right. So, oh my God. A scary team. Scary team. They're going to look for any opportunity to fight. Anytime you body check one of our players, everyone on the ice is just going to drop the gloves and charge you. All right, so look at that lineup. Oh my God, and a +3, yeah, baby. Wait a minute. That's another step I completely forgot about. All right, let's go one step further here, ladies and gentlemen. Coaching staff. I completely forgot about this. Coaching staff, A-. No, we can't have that. Fired. There you go. We'll bring up this goalie coach. Berg, you can be the NHL head coach, my man. There you go. Associate coach, fired. There you go. The AHL goalie coach, you can be the NHL associate coach. Boom. And the NHL assistant coach, fired. There you go. And we'll bring up our AHL assistant coach with a D rating. You can be the, yeah, shit, I don't even need it, do I? No, we're good. Yeah. So I got 2 goalie coaches as my NHL coaches. Coaching a bunch of grinders and enforcers. All in their rookie season. Well, actually, Gazdic played in the NHL. There might have been a few other guys who have plugged some minutes in the NHL, but this is as bad as it gets. All right. I said this already in this video. The worst thing we could possibly do would be to create the entire league at 99 overall and then create players for my team. I don't even know how low you can make a player's overall. I should try that out, like 36 overall, because you can't lower stats to 0. I think the lowest you can get them down to is either like 30s or 40 something. So maybe like a 40 overall player, and then just stack up your entire team with that, and that might get it done. But after seeing the last simulation with the previous team, what was it, 80-2 with the 2 overtime losses to get 2 points on the season, I thought that team, if you just kept on simming, would eventually get that winless season, that pointless season. But we've gone one step further, all right? We made the team even worse, and we replaced the guys that we took off, like the playmakers, the two-way guys, with enforcers, grinders, and defensive defensemen. So absolutely no offensive output whatsoever, and you can see 1 goal for, we haven't had a game where we scored more than 1 goal. There you go. We scored 2. We scored 2 against Bobrovsky. That's got to be a victory, right? That is a moral victory right there. 7-2 loss against Florida. They just give up in the 3rd period. We get 2 lucky goals. Or you know what? Bobrovsky probably sat They didn't even need to start their star goaltender. We're probably going up against every team's backup. Why not? Why would you even start your goalie for us? Just to pad his stats, to make him feel better about himself? Oof, oof. Oh, 24-0. So when was, I think, yeah, we just passed the point where we got the 2 overtime points before, right? It was November 21st up against the Columbus Blue Jackets. We got an overtime loss against them, and then an overtime loss on the 24th against the Carolina Hurricanes. And then we went 50 games in a row with losing. So that's what I mean. We just had some luck happen right there. This has got to be it. This has got to be it. All right, we did, oh no! We got a point, you sons of bitches! The Pittsburgh Penguins, with a record of 19-10-2, end up getting to a shoot. I mean, they couldn't even get it done 3-on-3. It took a shootout. Oh my God. We really could have got the W there in the shootout. So I failed again, ladies and gentlemen, just like the last video where I attempted to go 82-0. I failed in this video trying to go 0-82. There's one more win. There's one more thing that you can do, but I'm not creating the entire league 99 overall and creating my team 40 overall. That would take days, and like I said, unless it gets millions of views and financially it is it is something that I can't pass up, I am not doing it, man. Fuck that. So can we get 81 regulation losses on the year? That would be interesting. But now that we're not going to get that winless season, let's use some power of video editing and get all the way to the end of the season. So there it is. 1 loss more than the worst record we had in the previous sim. 81-1. You stupid Pittsburgh Penguins. Why couldn't you just show up? Friggin', oh, you know what? That's what it is. Cindy Crosby. How do you defeat him? What's his kryptonite? Toughness, grit. All right, you get on him. We body checked the crap out of him that game, and he was scared. So, 81-1. What do you guys think? Not bad, right? So, I want to see if you guys can go 0-82. I don't think it's going to be that hard. I think it's a lot easier to go 0-82 than it is to go 82-0. I'd imagine I could just, I don't even need enforcers. You know, those guys in the ECHL that was like 50 overall? If I just stacked 50 overall players everywhere, I think that would get it done. But very interesting. And I know what I'm doing for the next Can We series. All right, I want to see goaltending with the simulation because that is pissing me off. All right, so there it is, ladies and gents. The new worst team ever after 1 regular season with a record of 81-1. The Detroit Red Wings move on over 74-75 Washington Capitals. There's a new bum in town. So thanks for watching, boys, and I will see you in the next one. Hey guys, Johnny here, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and make sure notifications are on so you don't miss out on any new content. We also live stream on Twitch where I take days off my life for your entertainment. Sonny Gray, get out of it. You stupid pieces of shit! I should have gone with Jose for Fernandez! Oh my God, pitching change. Fernandez, get your ass in there. Oh, I swear to God, baseball God just decided to all over me. Grand slam, oh yeah. Make me miss the playoffs with a first-ranked team. Year 2, 30 games above 500, no divisional win, trip to the wild card. First inning.